Hey, everybody. Happy Monday, September 20th. I'm glad to be back after a week away. Dog just wanted to come in. um, Sorry I was gone last week. We just had lots of appointments. Today you get me au naturel. I wasn't feeling the makeup situation. My allergies are terrible this week. So it helps my itchy eyes if I don't wear any makeup. So thanks for having grace for me. Hi, Carol. Hi, Stacy. Hope you're doing well. Today we're going to do a fun little project. It's a home decor project. We are going to do some stamping. Hi, Donna. Anyway, we can get started. I did want to say that I got this idea. Oh, hi, Loopy. You love the bangs. Well, that's a long story, but they're on, so they'll grow. I'm not sure they're going to be around for long. Long story. I'll have to share it sometime. Thanks for joining me. Hope you're all having a good Monday. I'm saying a lot, which is I'm not supposed to do. The project today is one that I got from an Instagram person that I follow. Her tag, or whatever they call it, her username is at Mother Thyme, and it's THYME, like the seasoning, thyme seasoning. And she does wonderful, crafty things. She's on Instagram. I'm not sure if she's on Facebook, but she's very busy on Instagram. So if you have an Instagram account, she's a really fun account to follow. And that's kind of where I got my idea. I'm doing it a little different than what she did. I think she just used paint. And we are going to do some painting. But I'm going to get my camera right here in front of my face. But of course, we're going to use some, whoops, there we go, stamping. We're going to use some stamps and, there we go, stamps and designer series paper. So the stamps we're going to use, the little object we're going to use, I got these at Dollar Tree. Run, don't walk, because I bet they'll go fast, especially when people start watching all the cute things that the crafters are doing with them. But I got 3 of them. You could make what we're going to make with 1, but I'm going to use 3 just to make it a little bit more substantial, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So you're going to start with this, and I also have a sand block that you can get at Dollar Tree as well, because this has a little glitter. I don't know if you can see the glitter, and I just wanted to sand just the glitter off, because we're going to cover this with designer series paper. And I don't know if it's necessary to sand the glitter off. I just thought it would be smoother if I did. So that's the only reason I did that. And Dollar Tree did have these. Uh-oh, my computer has a low bat. And it is plugged in. Hold on, girls. I don't want to go dead here on ya. Let me check all my plugs. Sorry. There we go. That should work. Always technical problems. Let me make sure we're plugged in. I think we are. Okay, sorry about that. Like I said, I'm not sure you need to do this step, but I just did because I wanted my, this is what it's going to end up looking like. This is the back, and this is the front. So when you cover it with the paper, I'm not sure it's going to really matter. But I wanted it to be smooth because that glitter kind of raises it. I've missed all you guys. Just had a lot going on last week. I think I'm back now for the good to go for the time being. I hate to say that. It'll jinx it. Okay, I'm just going to use a wet wipe to kind of get the dust off. And then I'm going to take this off. And did you guys know that if you use your heat tool, you can kind of, it melts the adhesive on these stickers. And helps just peel them off. Now watch, it's not going to do it. I did it on the other two just fine. There we go. You just have to get it hot enough. It's burning my fingers. There we go. Now you could decorate this side any way you wanted to. But I'm going to cover this side with the paper, and then, you know, maybe I'll use the other side for something else. Might be fun. Well, I'll leave that for another day. Anyway, I did say I got these from Dollar Tree. I'm going to paint it really quick. I did a lot of the work ahead of time, y'all, so don't worry. I'm going to paint it really quick with just some craft paint. If you have some chalk paint or any paint, just use whatever you've got. Household paint. I painted these, and I need to put one more coat on, which I'll do later. But it's a little easier to paint them before you put the paper on. Because I decided to paint it after I put my paper on. Which it wasn't that big of a deal, but I'm not going to paint the front because we're covering that with, and you probably wouldn't have to paint this. I don't know. I didn't think the orange matched my, my paper. Okay, I'm going to set that aside to dry a little bit, and we'll do our stamping. Now I'm going to move all this stuff with the dust. Keep touching my... This has got all the dust on it. I'm going to move that over here. Okay. So for my stamping, I'm going to use the bundle Gorgeous Sleeves. We're going to do some die cutting and some stamping. This is a bundle in the new Holiday Mini. It comes with, well, it doesn't come with the dies, but they are an additional purchase. If you get the stamp set and the dies together, you save 10%. Paper won't be lumpy. Loopy says paper won't be lumpy. Yep, because we sanded that all off. And that's what I wanted. These are the dies. So there's 3 dies that will stamp out the stamped images, and then there's all these extra little leaf dies. Whoops. So what we're going to stamp, I'm going to stamp these 3 leaf images on a piece of basic white. And I am using, yes, I am using corn cake. We're using Bumblebee, Cajun Craze, and Crumb Cake. And I took all of these colors out of the designer series paper that I'm using. I'm using this print from the, what is the name of this, y'all? I always mean to do like a little paper with all my instructions and everything so I don't have to look it up during the thing while I'm with you, but y'all know. My brain is a little fried. It's Harvest Meadow. So you get 12 by 12 pieces of paper. Got my ink here, so I'm going to move those. Real nice background paper. Smaller print, which I kind of like. I almost went with this pattern for more of a neutral look, but I decided I would use this one to make it more pumpkin-y. So that is the Harvest Meadow paper. Okay, so I took the colors out of those papers, and I am going to stamp. I did a little cheat sheet for myself so I wouldn't forget. I'm going to stamp this little maple leaf, I guess, in the Cajun Craze. Isn't that cute how it's got like little splatters around the leaf? Now I think when we go to die cut it, all that's going to fall off. Okay, and then I'm going to do this leaf in the Crumb Cake and this smaller leaf in the Bumblebee. My paper's a little tight. Kathy likes those colors. I do too. They're real fallish, right? Okay, so we'll take our dies. And then I also want to cut just a little, I guess that would be a branch, maybe. And I also am going to cut this big maple leaf out with some brushed gold paper, which I have already done. I did all the die cutting because I thought by the time we sanded and painted it might be a minute. So I went ahead and die cut all those out. So this is the brushed gold, and then I die cut the little branch out of some early espresso. I just love the splattered look on those images. So I'm going to put together kind of a little tag that we're going to, whoop, I'm sticking to the paper, that we're going to hang from our pumpkin. And to do that, I'm going to punch a little circle out of here with a 1-inch circle punch. You could use a die, or it's not going to show, so you could just cut a little square, anything you want. It's just easy to do a circle. And the first thing I'm going to do is just kind of glue this branch on here, just kind of hanging out. And then I'm going to layer my little brushed gold maple leaf. Kind of over here. Let's Trying to find my silicone mat. That would be helpful. But I think it's on my other desk. Okay, so it doesn't look like much yet. Then I'm going to take this leaf. I'm trying to think what tree this leaf would be from. And I'm going to put a mini dimensional underneath it because I want it to pop up just a little bit. And I'm going to stick it kind of right there. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the stamped maple leaf. I'm going to I want my gold leaf to show. And then I'm finally going to add this little, whatever leaf on top here. Now, you see how the little circle's showing? I just use that for kind of a base. I'm going to take my snips and just cut that away so you can't see it. I might do this. There we go. So my little stems are kind of in the same area. And we're going to put a bow on here too, so that's going to disguise it a little bit. Okay, that's going to be our little tag on our pumpkin. So this is dry enough. Now I would probably put another coat on there, which I'll do later. But I just wanted you to see the whole process. So now I'm going to trace around the shape of this. I'm going to have to get up here, guys. Sorry. So I don't waste any paper. There we go. Okay, then I'm going to cut this out. This project is so easy. The hardest thing is going to be finding the little pumpkins at the Dollar Tree. So like I said at the beginning, run, don't walk. Because I know a lot of crafters out there are showing little projects using them. You know how fast they kind of go. I also mentioned, if you came in late, that I kind of stole this idea from a gal on Instagram. She goes by @MotherThyme, and it's THYME, like the spice. She is worth a follow. She does the most gorgeous little projects, mostly home decor projects, but mostly using like Dollar Tree items and inexpensive little things. Okay, now I'm going to take some collage medium. Might have to go grab another paintbrush because I used my one paintbrush for, I use this collage podge because I had to buy it for a class a long time ago, but you can use the regular Mod Podge. Supposedly this collage podge is good for humid environments. It's supposed to hold up under humid environments. But I know if you're going to Dollar Tree to grab these pumpkins, you can get Mod Podge at the Dollar Tree. And Don't make a special trip. I've never had trouble with Mod Podge. Like I said, I just had to buy that for a class, so I have it, so I'm using it. It's made by Eileen's. I think, don't they make a lot of different adhesives? Now there's a little air bubble in here, so I'm going to use my fingers. But be careful because you don't want to overwork your designer series paper. So I'm going to try and work that bubble out. How does it get in there anyway? I thought I had it on pretty flat. Okay, I'm going to set that aside to dry for a minute. And let me grab another one of these. Dry my hands out. And we're going to put together one that I already did. I'll come back to it here in a second because we're going to put it all together. So here's one I already did. And then I went around with a sponge and some early espresso and kind of aged the edges. I also sanded the edges because you can see it's not going to be perfect fit. So I'll show you how I sanded the edges when I get ready to, when this one dries a little bit. I might have to poke a pin in here to get rid of the air. But what we're going to do is put our little tag, I'm calling it a tag, I don't know, embellishment right at the top. But first I'm going to put like a little bow, and I just cut several lengths, and I'll have a list of all the supplies, you know, like I do at the end of the video. I'll put it in the top of the post, today's post, what I used. So, but I just took several lengths of different ribbons. Different textures and different colors. This is one that I get nervous about, is all these ribbons. Just kind of do this. Isn't that how they do it? They just kind of... Then we're going to take a piece of... look at my linen thread's a mess. I'm going to just kind of grab it in the middle there. We'll clean it up here in just a minute. And tie a knot. Just to kind of make it look a little, what do you call it? Messy. It's called a messy bow. That's what Loopy says. I bet she makes a lot of messy bows. Thank you all who have been sharing on my posts. I've been asking you to share your projects, and I just appreciate it so much. I love to see what you've been doing. Okay, then I'm going to tie this remainder in a bow. Okay, and we're going to glue that on. I do have my hot glue gun on here. You could probably use a glue dot. Hopefully we're going to have a little hot glue. Here it comes. I'm just going to do it right there on top of that little stem. Then we'll play with those here in a minute. So that's kind of cute. Looks kind of like a scarecrow, right? All right, now we're going to put our little, and I'm going to fix that too. We're going to glue that on the top here, and I'm just going to use a little of the hot glue on this little scrap that we used to create our tag. And then I'm going to take a little more, oh, my linen thread is a mess. And do a little double bow, I think. I don't know if I got enough. And I'm going to stick that on to, I think like that. So it looks like I've tied all those stems together. You have no leaf dies, Carol. I have so many. I wish you lived closer. I love the fall leaf dies. I have so many sets of leaf dies. Okay, so that's that. Now, what I'm going to do, this is pretty well dry. This one bubbled up a little bit. Let me dry it with my thing. I'm going to show you how I finish the edges. Sorry about the noise. Okay, then I took this sand block again. I'm going to get my junker over here. It does make a little bit of, and as long as you sand it this way, guys, I don't have my face in the thing. Do I? Yeah, I do. Am I in the corner of the screen? I don't know. It just kind of gets those raw edges off. Don't go like this, just one direction. It doesn't take much. Thank you, Stacy. Not that you need to see me. Like I said, it's a no makeup day. I was supposed to have a root canal this morning at 8 o'clock, and right as I was pulling out of my neighborhood, they called and said, oops, we have to reschedule. So, I wasn't sad. But I thought, you know, they were going to be messing with my mouth, and I didn't want to have spit all over my face and have makeup on. So I didn't put makeup on this morning. All right, then I'm gonna just yank this thing out. It just comes out, ta-da, and we're gonna use it this way. So I have 2 of these and then the one we embellished. And let's do the edges on this one. Like I said, I just took a sponge and inked it up with some early espresso, and it doesn't take much. You just want to kind of age the edges. Gives them a little shadow. Okay, so the end we put on the stem, we took the stems off, is going to be the bottom, so they don't show up at the top. And then I'm going to connect them like this. So these 2 are together. And I would probably use maybe some E6000 glue or some liquid nails, but we're just going to use our, what do you call it? Glue gun. I'm just going to use my glue gun. Because we're just going to set this somewhere in the house. And then I'm going to put this one on top and see how it's just, you could just use this one by itself. And then I also thought it would be fun to put a BOO and have boo and then embellish it with, you know, spiders or bats or anything. You could have it spell boo or thanks if you added more. That's why I'm saying go to Dollar Tree right now because they won't be, they'll be hard to find. Where did I find these? I was in Westport, if you live in the Kansas City area, when I went to my doctor's visit at St. Luke's. I found mine at the Dollar Tree in Westport. So, you know how sometimes you have to drive around to all the Dollar Trees? Thank you, Kay. So that is it. See, it's kind of a... I'll have photos on the blog later, but then you can just set it somewhere in your kitchen or on a coffee table or something, and you have a little pumpkin, and it only costs $3 plus your embellishments. So that is our Make It Monday project. I hope it made up for me being gone last week. I am, let's see, Wednesday. I'm going to be here Wednesday. I think. I'm pretty sure. So we'll do coffee and a card Wednesday at 2. Let me know if you try this. I'd love to see your projects. Always feel free to share whatever you're working on my Facebook page. I don't care. And it doesn't have to be Stampin' Up! Stuff. Just share whatever creative projects you're doing. Because we all would love to see them. You all go have a great afternoon, and we'll see you Wednesday. Bye-bye.